The first blast lifted the desert floor and slammed it into their faces. Ears rang. Sand filled mouths. Bullets snapped past like angry bees. Michael Reed rolled into the dry wadi and hit hard. His rifle kicked in his hands. He fired short. He tasted grit and blood. "Contact east," Harper shouted. Her voice cracked in his headset. 2 trucks. 1 heavy gun. Owen crawled beside Michael. His sleeve darkened with blood. "I'm good," he lied. "I can still shoot." Tracer lines stitched the ridge above them. A mounted gun hammered. The barrel swept left and chewed the bank. Chips of packed clay rained over their helmets. The night smelled of cordite and hot oil. A second rocket hissed in. It struck the far lip and blew a crater the size of a room. Michael shoved Owen behind a slab of broken adobe. He popped smoke uphill. White billowed in the wind and shredded into ribbons. Not enough. He counted breath. He forced his hands to stop shaking. This was the part he always fought, the old freeze that waited in his chest. "Move." "Harper, on me," he said. Short rush. "We cut the gun." "Copy." They broke cover. 10 steps. Low and fast. The gun traced them and missed by inches. The ground trembled under each burst. Michael dropped, shouldered, fired. The gunner toppled from the truck bed. The weapon slewed and chattered into empty sky. "Good hit," Harper said. Radio static clawed his ear. Then a voice slid through the noise. Calm. Taut English consonants. "Night birds, I see you," it said. "You're Lieutenant Bladwell. You will too. Commander Zahir." Michael knew the voice from briefings. Ruthless. Patient. He played men like pieces on a board. He had ambushed them when they moved the teacher out of Al-Kamar. The teacher lay 5 meters away now, face down, hand on the sat phone they had risked everything to save. "Owen, pressure on that arm," Michael said. "Harper, check the package." Harper crawled to the teacher. She pressed fingers to the throat. She met Michael's eyes and shook her head once. The sat phone blinked a dull red. The screen showed one unsent draft. Coordinates. A time. "Mission first," Harper said softly. "We get that out." A third truck roared from the south. Its headlights cut through smoke. Men rose in the bed and fired. Michael felt the heat of rounds reaching for him. He tucked low and fired 3. 1 fell. The others ducked and screamed in a language he barely knew. Another voice hit the net. "Michael Reed," Zahir said. "I learned your name from your dead friend. He called for you. He begged you to run. You did not run. You stayed. Good. Now you die honest." Owen grunted. "Ignore him." Michael wanted to. The words slid under his skin. He pushed them away and scanned for angles. The wadi curved west and narrowed into a choke. If they moved there, they could hold. Maybe. He checked magazines. 2 full. 1 partial. 1 last round at the very end. He saw the marker on the brass with a dent from a bad feed years ago. He had kept it anyway. A reminder. A promise to never get that low again. "Move west," he said. "I'll cover." He rose into a crouch and stitched a burst. Harper dragged the teachers, sat phone, and pack. Owen used his knees and his one good arm. Rounds struck the dirt at their heels. The air throbbed with noise. A drone's faint whine circled somewhere above. Jamming pushed against the net. Their GPS flickered and died. They reached the choke. The walls tightened. The floor dipped into a pocket of old rainwater. Mud slicked their boots. Their lungs burned. Michael planted 2 claymores facing the mouth and wired them. He set the clacker in the mud, inside his reach. He breathed slow. He listened. The trucks idled. Men shouted orders. Zahir did not hurry. He pressed. "Talk to me, Harper," Michael said. "I can pull the data," she said. "Battery at 6%. Make it 5, Owen said. He smiled with a split lip. "Tell my kid I kept my promise." "What promise?" Michael asked. "That I would come home a better man than I left." Owen's eyes shone in the dark. "You still carry that letter for your sister." "I know you do. Read it to me when this is over." "When this is over," Michael said. Harper tapped the phone and cursed under her breath. "Encryption. I need a minute." A minute felt like a year. Men gathered beyond the mouth of the wadi. Footsteps crunched. A new engine growled. Heavier. The sound of steel plates. The first truck inched forward. Its headlights washed the walls with white. A man stepped into the beam and raised a loudspeaker. Nightbirds, Zahir called. You are brave. Lay down your guns. I will show mercy. No one moved. He sighed. Then I show you the cost of stubborn pride. A child's voice drifted from the truck. Hi. Afraid. Michael froze. The beam swept. A small figure stood beside the man with the loudspeaker. The boy wore a dusty shirt and bare feet. A vest hung under the shirt. Thick. Heavy. A cord trailed from the hem to the man's hand. Harper whispered, Michael. He stared at the clacker in the mud. One squeeze would cut the truck and everyone near it in half. It would also take the boy. His fingers refused to move. Zahir's voice filled the night. Choose. The truck rolled 1 meter closer. The boy stared at Michael with wide eyes. The cord tightened. Battery at 3, Harper said. I almost have it. The boy's lips trembled. He opened his mouth to speak. The cord went taut. The cord jerked. The boy flinched. Michael fired. The loudspeaker shattered. The handler dropped the cord and grabbed his wrist in shock. Harper brought up her rifle and clipped the man high in the shoulder. He spun and fell from the truck. Move the kid, Michael yelled. The boy stood frozen, eyes full of white light, mouth open, no sound. The vest bulged under the shirt. The truck's engine roared. Men shouted. Footsteps pounded forward. Michael grabbed the clacker with his left hand. He did not squeeze. Not yet. He leaned out and sent a burst at the truck grill. Radiator hissed. Steam rose. The truck stalled and rocked. Men jumped from the bed and fanned out across the mouth of the wadi. Clay dust drifted like smoke. The boy blinked at Michael. He looked 9, maybe 10. Michael tried to see the detonator. No chance from here. Owen, Michael said. I need a miracle. Owen breathed hard. He nodded once. He dragged himself to a lower notch on the wall. He set his rifle across a rock. His wounded arm dangled. He pressed the stock against his cheek and took slow aim. I have the hand with the cord, Owen said. 3, 2, 1. His shot cut the night. The cord handler's hand burst red. The cord fell free. The boy flinched again and hugged his chest. He stared at his fingers like they did not belong to him. Harper, pull him, Michael said. Harper broke cover. She sprinted into the truck's light and slid behind the boy. She wrapped him with both arms and dragged him backward into shadow. Bullets tore the dust where she had been. She dropped hard beside Michael and turned the boy. She lifted the shirt. Wires and blocks. The vest was real. Dead man switch, she said. Pressure plate on the chest. If he lets go, it blows. Who armed you? Michael asked the boy. The boy stared at his feet. His lips moved. No sound. Look at me. He raised his eyes. Brown. Wet. Full of fear. My brother, he said. He said if I ran, he would hurt my mother. Michael swallowed. He hated the taste in his throat. He pushed it down and checked angles. Shapes shifted beyond the mouth. Zahir was patient. He would press them into the choke. He would force choices until they broke. Sat phone, Michael said. Harper held up. Battery at 2. Decryption cracked. I have the coordinates. There is a drone tasking window in 6 minutes. If we send now, it may catch the massing. Do it. She connected the cable to her radio. The screen flickered. A bar crept across. 30%. 40. 50. The battery icon blinked and turned red. Gunfire rose. A grenade rolled into the mouth and came to rest in a shallow rut. Michael shot it. The body popped. The blast slammed the wadi walls. Ears screamed. The boy cried out. He gripped his chest plate with both hands. The switch stayed tight. Almost there, Harper said. Hold. Owen groaned. Blood soaked his sleeve to the elbow. He looked gray. He kept aiming. He cut a man off the ridge. He smiled weak and small. Tell me about the letter, he said. Later. Now. Humor me. Michael felt for the paper in his chest pocket. He had carried it across 4 tours. He had never mailed it. It was creased and stained. He did not pull out. He told the truth anyway. "It tells my sister I was wrong," he said. "That I left angry and I wasted years. That I kept score when I should have forgiven. That I still know the smell of our father's workshop. That I keep hearing her laugh in the house by the river. That I can still fix it." Owen nodded. "That is a good letter." Harper tapped the screen. 90%. A voice drifted from the dark. Smooth. Amused. "Michael Reed," Zahir said. "You saved the boy. So noble. I wonder if you still feel noble when his brother blows you into the sky." A click sounded from the truck. The engine coughed and caught. The grill spat steam. The hood bounced. 2 men pushed the bumper. The truck rolled an inch. Then another. The floodlights brightened the wadi like noon. Michael yanked the boy tighter, behind the slab. He looked for a way to wedge the switch. There was none. He pressed the boy's hands and tried to make his voice calm. "What is your name?" "Camel." "You will live, Camel." Squeeze tight. Do not let go. Camel nodded. A tear ran down his cheek and cut a clean line in the dust on his face. The sat phone pinged. "Transmit complete," Harper said. Her eyes went to the battery icon. 1%. The screen dimmed. "Request AC," Michael said. Static filled the net. Then a short chirp. A human voice came through. Faint. "Package received. Drone on station in 5 minutes." 5 minutes felt like a lifetime. Zahir pushed again. More men edged forward. 2 squatted and began to crawl. 1 carried a tube. "Rocket." "Owen," Michael said. "I see him." Owen fired. The man with the tube folded. The rocket skittered and spun uselessly in the dirt. Men shouted. A second tube rose on the right. Harper cut him down before he could aim. "Claymores," Michael said. "On my mark." Footsteps grew louder. Close. He could hear breath. He could smell sweat and fuel. He could see the whites of eyes. He waited 1 beat. 2. He squeezed the clacker. White fire ripped the mouth of the wadi. Metal bearings shrieked through flesh. Bodies fell. Screams echoed against the walls. Smoke filled the choke. Michael coughed and blinked. The truck's lights swung and wobbled, still on, still too bright. "Reload," Harper said. Michael slammed in a fresh magazine. He had 1 left after this. A single loose round lay at the bottom of his pouch. The one with the dent. He knew it by touch. The drone's hum deepened. Closer now. The air felt heavy. The net hissed. Zahir's voice floated in again. Calm. "You sent your coordinates to the sky. Brave. But your drone hunts me. Not you. I am behind you now." Owen turned fast. His eyes widened. He raised his rifle at the rear wall of the wadi. A shadow moved there. Rope lines dangled into the hollow. Figures slid down with silent speed and black scarves. "Rear breach," Owen said. 3, maybe 4. A flash lit the hollow. A suppressed shot. Owen jerked. Blood misted from his neck. He fell into Michael's arms. His eyes searched for focus. His mouth worked. No sound came. Owen's weight sagged heavy in Michael's arms. His blood poured warm across Michael's gloves. Harper fired past them, short controlled bursts, keeping the breach at bay. Shadows flitted and dropped from the ropes. "Owen, stay with me," Michael said. Owen's lips moved. No sound. Then he pressed the blood-soaked paper he had pulled from his vest into Michael's palm. His eyes met Michael's one last time, steady and clear. Then they closed. His body went slack. Michael froze for 1 second too long. A round cracked off the wall an inch from his ear. He shoved Owen's body aside, set his rifle, and fired. 2 shadows fell from the ropes. The rest scattered. The boy whimpered, but held the plate tight against his chest. Harper reloaded with fast hands. "Michael, we can't hold this choke much longer." "I know." The drone's hum swelled. A deeper note, like thunder rolling in the sky. It circled wider, hunting. Michael grabbed his radio. "Strike team, laser on target, grid confirmed. Paint now." Static answered. Jamming pushed again. The link was thin. Harper cursed. She lifted the sat phone, tried to boost the signal. Battery light blinked once. Then the screen went black. "No more SATCOM," she said. "We're blind." The enemy regrouped. More ropes dropped at the rear. Zahir's voice carried from the darkness. Calm, amused. "Your friend bled well. You honor him by staying. But honor will bury you in this place." Michael leaned against the wall, catching breath. His hands shook. He thought of the letter in his pocket, the one Owen had never heard. He thought of his sister's face, the river, the laughter. He pressed the paper Owen had given him into the same pocket. 2 letters now. 2 ghosts. "Michael," Harper snapped. "We need to move. They'll press from both ends." He looked at the boy. Small shoulders. White-knuckled grip on the switch. No way to run with him. No way to fight with him. The trap had teeth. "We hold one more push," Michael said. "Then the sky takes its turn." He shifted the Claymore clacker into his lap. His last defense. His last card. Shadows massed at the rear again. One fired suppressed bursts. Chips stung Michael's cheek. Harper dropped the shooter with a clean shot. Then another rope descended. 2 at once this time. Zahir's men were patient, but they were tightening the noose. Harper's voice broke low. "Michael, if they breach fully, we don't walk out. We use the drone. We burn the whole mouth, even if we're still in it." Michael's jaw tightened. He nodded once. His finger traced the dented bullet in his pouch. His reminder. His promise. The drone's hum deepened. Then a flash tore the horizon. A missile streaked down like lightning. The impact shook the desert. Fire rose beyond a ridge. Men screamed. Sand rained from the wadi roof. "They hit the trucks," Harper said. But it wasn't over. From the rear breach, a tall figure stepped into the half-light. Scarves loose, rifle low, calm stride. Zahir himself. His eyes fixed on Michael. "You," Zahir said. His voice carried without effort. "Drop the gun. Hand me the boy. I let the woman live." Michael aimed down the sights. Zahir didn't flinch. The drone's hum circled again, waiting. Michael's finger pressed the trigger halfway. His mind ran 2 paths at once. Squeeze, and Zahir dies, but his men pour in. Hold, and maybe Harper and the boy escape. The boy whispered, "Please." His voice cracked like dry wood. Michael chose. He squeezed, and a sharp click echoed from his rifle. Empty. The click echoed louder than the roar of battle. Michael's stomach dropped. Empty. He reached for his last magazine, slammed it home, pulled the bolt back with a metallic snap. Zahir only smiled, like he had been waiting for that exact moment. "Your gun speaks your truth," Zahir said. "You are finished." Men at the rear breach raised rifles, waiting for his command. Harper shifted, covering them with hers, finger trembling on the trigger. The boy clung tighter to his vest plate, eyes wide, chest heaving. Michael steadied his breath. Not finished. Not yet. He snapped a shot. One enemy dropped. The rest surged forward. The wadi became chaos. Muzzle flashes stuttered white against black walls. Harper screamed for cover. Michael dragged the boy down and fired blind over the slab. Bullets tore through the air above his head, sparks raining from stone. A grenade bounced once, twice. Michael grabbed it, heaved it back before it armed. It burst midair and shredded the rope lines. The wadi filled with smoke, thick and choking. Through it, Zahir's voice came again. Calm. Unshaken. "Every second you live, you cost your friend her life. Hand me the boy. I end this." Harper spat blood and shouted, "Michael, we're cut off. If we don't push now, we're dead in this hole." The drone's hum returned, louder than ever. Michael looked up. Through the haze, a green that blinked against the smoke. The drone was lasing. It had them locked. "Harper," he said, "they're about to send it." She froze. "We're still inside the kill box." "I know." Her eyes searched his. "Then we pull out now." Michael glanced at the boy. At Owen's still body. At the sat phone, dead and dark. At the clacker resting in the mud. He felt the dented bullet in his pouch pressing against his palm. "Michael," Harper said again. He looked at her. "If the drone strikes here, none of us live. But if it misses, Zahir wins." There's only one way out. Zahir's shadow loomed through smoke. He raised his rifle, deliberate, steady. His men closed in behind him, their boots crunching on gravel. Michael reached into his pocket and pulled the dented round. He stared at it for a heartbeat. Then he slammed it into the chamber. One chance. No second shot. Harper's voice shook. You trust that round? Michael leveled the rifle. I have to. He sighted through the haze. Zahir's figure sharpened in the green glow. Calm eyes. Cold smile. The round slid into place, metal grinding against steel. Michael whispered, for Owen. For Camel. For home. He squeezed. The rifle cracked. The dented round screamed downrange. Zahir's smile froze. His head snapped back. He dropped without a sound. His men faltered, shocked into silence. Then the drone's missile screamed down. White fire consumed the wadi mouth. Heat slammed into Michael, lifted him off the ground. The shock wave tore the air from his lungs. Rocks collapsed from the walls. Smoke swallowed everything. Michael coughed in the dark, ears ringing, chest burning. He felt Harper's hand grab his arm. He felt the boy still pressed tight against him. Alive. But through the smoke, movement stirred. Not Zahir, his body was gone, but others crawling, limping, still pushing forward. The fight wasn't finished. The air reeked of burned metal and flesh. Smoke rolled thick, hiding shapes that clawed forward through the rubble. Michael dragged the boy into a shallow hollow and shoved him behind Harper. Keep him tight, he said. Harper's face was gray under soot. We can't hold much longer. Michael spat blood. We don't have to. We just need to outlast them. The drone circled again, its hum thinning. Out of munitions. No more strikes. The desert fell quiet except for groans of wounded men and the crunch of boots edging closer. Michael reloaded. His last magazine. 30 rounds. Then nothing. The boy's whisper cracked the silence. You can't win. My brother will keep coming. Michael crouched in front of him. Camel, listen to me. You're not him. You don't have to carry what he chose. You hold that switch because you're brave. Now you let us carry the fight. The boy nodded once. His grip on the vest steadied. Shadows shifted in the smoke. A voice rose. Not Zahir, he was gone, but another commander barking orders. Men rallied, rifles lifted. Michael and Harper opened fire. The wadi roared again. Every shot was measured. Clean. Precise. The last line. Rounds tore Michael's sleeve. A hot sting lanced his ribs. He pushed through it. Harper clipped 2 more before her weapon clicked empty. She threw a pistol to her other hand and kept shooting. Bodies fell. The rest hesitated. For the first time, their advance stalled. Michael stood tall in the smoke. This is done, he shouted. His voice cracked but carried. You want the boy, you come through me. Silence. A long pause. Then the crunch of retreating boots. The survivors faded into the night. Michael dropped to his knees. The fight drained from his muscles. His chest throbbed with every breath. He looked at Owen's body one last time, then closed his eyes. We held, brother. The boy whimpered and leaned against Harper. She held him close, her hands shaking. Minutes crawled. Then headlights cut the horizon. Allied trucks rolled fast across the sand. Dust trailed behind them. A medic team poured into the wadi. They pried the vest from the boy, safe now with steady hands. They lifted Owen's body with care. Michael sat on the edge, helmet off, staring into the desert. The drone's hum faded into distance. Harper sat beside him. You saved him, she said, nodding at the boy. Michael shook his head. We saved each other. The medic asked, evac ready. Are you fit to move, Sergeant? Michael rose slow. His ribs screamed. He looked back once more at the wadi, at the smoke still curling from the blast, at the dark where Zahir had fallen. He whispered to the desert, not finished. Not yet. Then he turned toward the trucks, the boy safe in Harper's arms, and stepped into the headlights. The night closed behind them.